The mystery machine rolled down a winding road bordered by towering trees, thrashing in the grip of fierce winds. As the storm worsened, Fred eased the van's speed, his hands gripping the wheel tightly. A flash of lightning illuminated an aged and corroded sign. Shadowy Hotel. Discover the legend. Daphne peered out the window, commenting on the unsettling vibe of the place, while Velma noted how the name sounded like the title of a gothic novel. Scooby and Shaggy, predictably, were only interested in finding food. As they parked near the ominous building, an inexplicable chill crept over the group, as if hidden eyes were observing them from the shadows. Inside the hotel, the lobby exuded an oppressive grandeur. Its vaulted ceilings loomed above an ornate yet precarious chandelier, while dark-paneled walls displayed grim portraits whose eyes seemed to follow their every movement. An elderly receptionist, shrouded in a dark cloak, greeted them with a sinister grin as he handed over the keys. "Stay clear of the hallways after midnight," he warned cryptically. Shaggy and Scooby shared wide-eyed glances, clearly unnerved, while Fred attempted to calm the group. The deep chime of a clock reverberated through the room, signaling the start of an ominous evening. The hallway leading to their rooms stretched long and dimly lit, every footstep eliciting groans from the creaky wooden floor. Daphne's room featured a lavish antique mirror that immediately caught her attention. As she neared, her reflection betrayed a fleeting shadow darting behind her. Meanwhile, Velma discovered a worn diary stashed in a drawer, chronicling strange disappearances that had plagued the hotel. Fred's vigilance was drawn to claw marks etched into the wooden window frames. Scooby and Shaggy debated whether it was safer to sleep with all the lights on, their unease growing as the night deepened. In search of sustenance, Scooby and Shaggy wandered into a time-worn kitchen that seemed frozen in the past. The food on the table appeared freshly prepared, but the thick layer of dust and silence betrayed its abandonment. As Scooby reached for a tray of cookies, a clattering metallic noise erupted, followed by crashing pots and pans. A shadowy figure emerged momentarily before vanishing again. Panic-stricken, they bolted to inform the others. In the hallway, Daphne and Velma were startled by disembodied laughter echoing from an adjacent room, heightening their anxiety. The group reconvened in the kitchen, where Velma scrutinized the ancient cutlery, noting that a few knives were inexplicably spotless. Fred proposed splitting up. He, Scooby, and Shaggy would examine the basement, while Daphne and Velma explored the library. Though reluctant, they agreed and separated, the sensation of unseen eyes accompanying them. A low whistling sound began to resonate, intensifying with every step. Shadows along the walls seemed to shift and dance as an unnatural coldness seeped into the corridors, wrapping around them like a chilling embrace. Daphne and Velma entered an expansive library filled with towering shelves and tomes coated in dust. One particular book emitted a faint glow, revealing cryptic symbols etched within. Meanwhile, Fred's group searched the cluttered basement, uncovering trunks filled with antique clothing and jewelry belonging to the hotel's vanished guests. Among the clutter, Fred found an old map outlining concealed pathways throughout the hotel. Scooby's nose led him to a hidden lever, which he accidentally activated, revealing a secret doorway. Their findings promised a deeper, more sinister layer to the mystery. Fred's team stepped cautiously into the newly revealed passage, a damp and narrow tunnel with a metallic stench lingering in the air. Though initially reluctant, Scooby was coaxed forward by the promise of treats. Elsewhere, Daphne stumbled upon a golden medallion hidden inside a hollowed book, its engraved initials matching names from Velma's diary. Heavy footsteps echoed ominously nearby, prompting Daphne and Velma to rush to the others. The hotel seemed to breathe around them, alive with unseen energy, reacting to their every movement. Navigating the subterranean passage, Fred led the group through its labyrinth and twists. Scooby, sniffing curiously, froze when Shaggy tripped over a heap of ancient bones, sending the group into a brief panic. Reunited, Daphne and Velma presented the medallion, which bore markings identical to those on a pedestal in the basement. Their investigation was interrupted as the hooded figure reappeared, blocking their path and muttering incoherent words. Though fear began to overwhelm them, Fred maintained his composure, determined to find a solution. Fred confronted the hooded figure, revealing him to be none other than the enigmatic receptionist. Under pressure, the man confessed that the hotel stood over cursed grounds, once a cemetery, and that the medallion belonged to the spirits of the original guardians. Velma pieced together that placing the medallion on the pedestal could lift the curse. Scooby, in his usual clumsiness, triggered another hidden mechanism, unveiling a ceremonial altar where the medallion would fit perfectly. Cornered, the receptionist admitted this was the key to setting the spirits free. When Daphne placed the medallion on the pedestal, the carved symbols illuminated the walls in radiant light. Ethereal figures emerged, offering gratitude for their release. The receptionist, now revealed as the Guardian's descendant, pledged to remain and ensure their spirits rested peacefully. The suffocating darkness lifted, replaced by an almost serene atmosphere. Just as the group began to relax, the hotel started to collapse. Fred urged everyone to flee as walls crumbled and furniture splintered around them. Scooby and Shaggy stumbled but managed to escape before the structure fell entirely. Outside, they stood breathless, watching the ruins settle under the first light of dawn. The oppressive weight of the curse had lifted, though an air of mystery still lingered. Amid the debris, Velma discovered a stone etched with symbols identical to those on the medallion. Daphne remarked that the area now felt lighter, yet an inexplicable sense of unease persisted. Scooby and Shaggy, relieved to be alive, sat down to enjoy their long-awaited cookies, while Fred vowed to delve deeper into the strange events. The medallion's faint glow suggested there were still secrets left untold. As dawn broke, a sense of renewal washed over the group, though the mystery's final chapter felt unfinished. The medallion, now dormant in Velma's hands, seemed to whisper of unanswered questions. The mystery machine disappeared down the road, its passengers discussing their findings and what lay ahead. Somewhere in the rubble of the shadowy hotel, the faint echo of laughter promised the story wasn't entirely over. As the van vanished into the horizon, Scooby and Shaggy vowed to avoid mysterious hotels in the future, though their resolve quickly dissolved at the mention of food. Fred reassured the group that they would solve any challenge that arose. Daphne, holding the medallion, felt its lingering energy and wondered what lay beyond their understanding. Though the shadowy hotel had crumbled, its enigmatic legacy endured. The medallion's glow flickered faintly amid the ruins, a sign that the secrets buried within the cursed grounds might never truly rest. The screen fades as the mystery machine moves toward its next adventure, leaving viewers with an unshakable sense of anticipation for the mysteries yet to come.